it wasn't like illegal, like, you know, anybody's going to actually come find you, but it was just like something you didn't really talk about.
No,
you know
no,
what I
no,
mean?
no.
Because like literally it's a controlled substance.
It is, yeah, it
Is
is.
also another rabbit hole we can go down
Oh,
of
I
how
know.
stupid that is.
Yes,
Because you can
yes.
go to like all these other countries and just walk in
Buy it.
to your gas station pharmacy and be like, hey, I need a vial of testosterone. And they're like, all right, that'll be $25 or whatever.
Right.
You know,
Not here.
yeah. It's
Because
insane.
we're really worried that you'll abuse it. With that knowledge of there are so many people in every gym. There's
Do you have any
guy.
idea
There's a
how
guy.
hard it is, like, to just testosterone? So we're not talking about like DECA or Tren or any of that stuff, but just testosterone. Do you have any idea how hard it is to actually abuse that to that level? Like, I mean, those guys are taking a ridiculous amount.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous.
But it being labeled as a controlled substance hasn't stopped them from getting.
No, nobody's. Nobody's.
Right, and the sad part is you don't know if it's legit.
Right.
The fact that I've had patients go, oh, well, do you test your product? And I go, no, it comes from a pharmacy.
Right.
It's been tested.
Right.
I don't need to test it.
It
I know it's legit. So I don't, oh, you have a lab? No. What I mean when I say I have a lab, I draw blood, but I don't have a lab testing for this stuff. But it hasn't stopped. Right. It has not stopped the gray market from providing. So that's, there again, you're starting testosterone without being tested.
Right.
So then what happens when the supply stops?
Right.
What happens when you have effects?
And this was my experience, you know, for when I first started, and this was years and years ago, and I didn't know what I was doing. You know, it was a lot of trial and error or whatever, but you know, I pretty much just took what I could get. So it was switching back and forth between Cypionate and Sustanon and E and all this other stuff, you know, and then also, like, I'm pretty sure I got a batch of like just oil one time because like I tanked.
How did you know?
Yeah.
Oh, you tanked. That's how you knew.
Yeah. So I didn't leave the couch for like 2 weeks. Like
wow, that's bad.
Yeah. I mean, it was crazy.
Because you don't know. How would you know what you're taking?
Yeah. It was wild. Like I was like, and I didn't realize it. You know, I didn't realize what was going on. I just went from everything was awesome to like everything sucks and I don't want to leave the couch. You know? And like my rational mind was not like, oh, you know what, bro? It's probably that, you know, like it wasn't until much later I was like, wait, yeah, that was probably a weird batch that, you know, the weird vial that came from somewhere. I don't know. I'm getting it from a guy. You know what I mean? Yes. Like, it's not like, hey, he's getting it from a guy and he's getting it from a guy and he's getting it from Mexico, you know, or whatever, you know? It's not like, but yeah, it's like, you don't have to do that stuff.
No, you
know
don't.
What I mean? Like, and legitimately, you're not even going to save any money doing that stuff.
No, because then you won't have consistency.
Right.
Your symptoms, your symptom relief, however you're feeling, will still be dependent upon that inconsistency of, I don't know what I'm getting. I've had patients try to save and ration themselves because the guy ghosted them.
Right.
And how often does that happen? And I'm going, wow, that sucks because you felt great.
Yep.
But then now, just so that you can get some, instead of the appropriate dosing schedule.
Right.
Now you're just, as long as I can get some, I just.
Well, and again, it's a big difference between the people who choose to take it, i.e. more recreationally.
It's fine.
Of like, you know what I mean, or whatever, and looking at it as medicine. You know, and I think, you know, way back when I first started doing it, like that at the time, that's what mentally I was just like, I'm just gonna get as big as possible, right? Just lift as much weight as possible, all that kind of stuff. Like that was my mentality.
Okay.
You know, now I don't care about any of that stuff. You know, I want to be able to play with my kids. I want to be able to live my life in the way that I want to live my life.
Of course.
You know, and that's active. That's doing things. That's, you know, it's being functional.
Sure. It's your energy. It's your drive. It's your ability to do, your ability to recover. I mean, you're not dead yet.
Right.
Is the thing. And what people don't understand is there is that there is that space of physiologic levels of testosterone.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be so high, but it
Right.
also doesn't have to be limited to
Right.
the minimal dose because, it's so scary.
Right.
It really isn't scary.
No.
It is not scary. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be.
And all you really need is a little bit of knowledge to take all that scary stuff away, and
Fear
and
is
that's it.
huge.
Right.
People can't. You have to. It's something that you have to work through.
Yeah.
You see where you are now. Try to imagine yourself as someone different.
Yeah.
Or your previous self before said tanking happened for
Right.
your testosterone.
Right. Well, and I think too, and you see it every year, around Christmas time, people making New Year's resolutions and all that jazz, right? And so it's like, if to me is like, if you can, through whatever metric, right, look back at a year ago today,
Sure.
right?
Yes.
And barring any crazy injuries because you fell 30 feet and broke your back or whatever,
Sure.
but if you can look at yourself a year ago today and say, okay, objectively, I am in a better place than I was a year ago today.
Yes.
Right on.
Keep going.
Keep cruising.
Sure.
But objectively, if you look at that and you're like, yeah, I've made no progress,
Yeah.
or I've actually kind of hit the decline,
Sure.
right? Like, change something.
Something.
Right? Like,
Something.
do something, right? Because like, it really does. It becomes that A path or that B path. Like you're starting to go down one road or the other, And so, to me, it's like keeping a a kind of a watchful eye on the past as a metric for, am I improving?
Sure.
And that could be physically, that could be
Mentally,
mentally,
yeah.
spiritually, emotionally, whatever.
Yeah, sure.
But like, am I moving in the direction that I want to move in? Or am I moving in this other direction, or am I just staying stagnant?
Sure.
Because I think a lot of people just stay stagnant. It's not, they think they're staying stagnant, but they're actually declining.
Sure. Yes,
because
slowly.
it's a slow
Yes.
burn. It's not like if you woke up tomorrow,
Yeah.
and you had gained 100 pounds, right?
That's how obesity happens.
You would be like, holy shit, I have to fix this now. What happened? And what do I need to do to undo it, right?
Sure.
But unfortunately, that's not how it works, right? And you see yourself in the mirror every day, right? And
Gradual.
You're gaining a pound a month.
Maybe.
Or,
yes.
This, that, the other
Sure.
thing, and you break that down into daily, and it's like ounce, an ounce
It's
or whatever.
nothing.
You don't
It's
see
not
it,
noticeable.
right?
No, it's not noticeable.
And you don't see it until like something clicks way later, and you're like, oh wait, I don't actually want to look in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to look at myself
Self.
in the mirror, like with my clothes off or with my
Whatever,
shirt off
yeah.
or whatever.
Sure.
Right? Like, that's a sign, man. Like there's something, there's like that's a sign that you should not to be hard on yourself, right? But to take a look at yourself and objectively say, I am not where I want to be, and I want to move in this direction to get where I want to be.
Sure.
And I'm going to get there. I don't care how long it takes, but I'm going to get there. And yeah, there's maybe some people that could help you along the way, But I think the first step in that process is determining that you want to go in that direction.
Right.
And not just stay in, where the hell you're at.
Make the decision.
Yeah.
Make the decision. And just go for it.
Right.
Don't let anybody tell you differently.
Yeah. I posted a thing, I don't know, a few days ago. Because like I think I've been posting videos and pictures and stuff like along the recovery process, and just continually people are like, "How are you doing this so fast?" This, that, the other thing, and like
yeah.
And so like what I said was like, the secret is like, I never once told myself it was impossible.
Yes, because then you just doom yourself if you do.
Right. And it's like, it sounds pretty simple, but it's like, how much do you tell yourself on a daily basis, like, oh, that's impossible, I can't do that, right? Well, yeah,
you're right.
You're right.
Correct.
You're right. It is going to be impossible
Yes,
if you tell yourself it is. You know what I mean? And so, like, that's the way I look at it. At like whether it's TRT or the peptides or any of that stuff, like all that stuff is to help you optimize your life once you've made the decision that you want to move in the direction of optimizing your life.
It is not.
It's not gonna. It's not
the magic shot. No, it's not a cure all.
It's not
it is not.
You know, it's not. You know, this. It can be, right? It can
It's
be
a
this huge tool to be able to help you get where you want to get, but it's not going to get there for you. You know what I mean?
It can't drive itself.
Right. Like we can't just set up a line of people, like get a lemonade stand and, you know, just like, hey,
drive by a test.
TRT shots, you know, like it's not how it works. You know what I mean? But I really do, man. Like I think the more that we encourage each other and encourage other people to not give up on themselves and to make those decisions where they're moving in that direction and say, okay, yeah, I understand that my life could be better and I want to move in that direction. And however you do that.
Right. It's on you.
I don't care. Like that's your life, but like however you do that, move in that direction. And if you need help,
there's help out there.
There's help, you know?
Yeah.
But.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I do. I have been very blessed to have this, to join this journey because, like I said, it was faith. It was not a coincidence. More and more, I am seeing that there are no coincidences.
There are not.
In life, and it's evident. So thank you. And I want people to know really that it doesn't have to be me, just somebody. Talk about it, share it. If you don't find the answers that you want, there's information out there. You are in control of your life. Don't let anybody else take that from you. Because at the end of the day, everyone else will leave you, but you cannot leave yourself. So it's just it's a sad idea that you're too busy taking care of everybody else, that you leave nothing for yourself when you are left with yourself. So you'll have nothing. But thank you, Justin.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.